Today I'm going to talk to you guys about self-myofascial release for the Achilles and the surrounding muscles there, basically the area right below your calf. And there's three tools I use in this area primarily. I use Theracane, and I use this, as I've talked about in previous videos, just like you would the stick. The stick would be, the horizontal bar with a little flex in it. I actually need to get one so I can show you guys, but I use the straight edge of the Theracane as a replacement for that. It's a little bit more firm than the actual stick, so it applies a bit more pressure to the areas. That's the first guy. The second guy here is the quad baller from TP Therapy. Once again, one of my favorite tools. I've seen people use foam rollers and PVC rollers to address this area, the Achilles area. To be honest, this guy, as you can see, he's a lot more focal, and so for an area like that, it's a more ideal tool, I believe, and it's more effective. But give it a try. Try a foam roller, try a PVC roller, see what your thoughts are. The third tool this is a knobbler, and all this is you'll see several tools like this, massage tools. It's a replacement for the thumb. You don't want to kind of go digging into yourself with your thumb too much, because it can kind of be bad for the muscles in your hand and your thumb. It gets overused, so this is a little bit easier way to take care of that. Let me adjust the camera angle, and I'll show you guys some techniques. Alright, so starting out with the Theracane here. Once again, I use the straighter edge here, and I just kind of grip it like this. And if you're using the stick, same principle. And I like to adjust myself offset myself on the chair so that my legs are kind of a little bit further out. You can do this stuff standing. I find it dramatically easier sitting down for this muscle group, but love to hear different opinions and ideas. So what you're doing here is just going up and down in this area, just looking for trigger points or sensitive points. And if you find something, I just found something, you're sticking, and you can kind of, change the direction of the rotation here until you feel a release. And so, to kind of, I guess the progression to this exercise would be you pull your foot back a little bit further. And what you're doing is you're stretching your actual Achilles out. So I'm stretching it out a little bit more in this instance. You feel the stretch, and then you're back to the myofascial. And for me, yeah, that definitely did it. So that was a big difference between where I was before, where I am now. It's a lot more uncomfortable, and I can feel the different trigger points. So that'll kind of open things up and give you access to different areas in this muscle group. So the next tool is the knobbler. The knobbler is very similar, like I said, to manual manipulation. It's a substitute for your thumb in this instance. The techniques are very similar to what I just showed you with the cane. Basically, you're taking this up and down the Achilles area, and you're just kind of looking for different trigger points, mining for sensitivity. You find an area, stick until you get release, and just as before, to kind of progress a little bit further and get a little bit more pressure, you can put your foot in, or your Achilles in a stretched out position, and you're just doing the same thing here. Same thing. Sometimes I actually will not use a knobbler, and I'll kind of use almost like a claw grip here in this area and run that along my shin bones, or kind of actually run that along my Achilles as well. And like I said, just scoop around, fingers, use your fingers, use your thumb, use this guy in the area, and you might find things that the Theracane and the quad baller don't address. Quad baller. If I'm taking one tool for the Achilles area, and if I only got one to use, it's this guy. I personally believe, and for me, this has produced the most results in this area. So, highly encourage you to pick one up. In all my videos, you'll see that I use this quite a bit. I love this little guy. So all you're doing here is just setting up just like you would roll any other area, and you're just coming along the Achilles area, and you can kind of rotate your foot in and out as you see me doing. Actually, I'm sorry, rotate your entire leg here is what I do. And then you can kind of pull your ankle up, dorsiflex it, and push it down. And you'll feel it in different areas. That'll give you access in a couple areas that you might not have felt in the other positions.
And so you see how my left leg is down over here? Well, to progress and get a little bit more pressure from the quad baller, this is just going to be an overlap here. And then same guidelines, you're taking your leg in and out. And you can kind of flex your toes up and down. And then sometimes if I find a spot to stick, I'll actually put pressure with my foot as well. And just kind of push down. Let it sit. And that's it. So that's the techniques I use for my Achilles. I would love to hear any suggestions from you guys, tips, tricks. If you know a technique I don't, please let me know. Leave me some feedback. Talk to you later.
If you have any questions, suggestions, or general feedback, please feel free to leave me a comment below. You can also get in touch with me on Twitter at Justin M. Hayes, Hays, or at my website, www.superhumanpursuits.com.